Let's discuss Section 4M6 of the CBA as it applies to reserve daily reassignment pay. It reads, quote, when a reserve is assigned a pairing and encounters a cancellation, reassignment, or a reserve assignment change on the second or subsequent day of the reserve assignment, daily reassignment pay rules apply for that day. If it is a multiple day pairing and scheduling elects to reassign the reserve, daily reassignment pay will apply to the day of the reassignment. All future days will pay as rescheduled. If scheduling elects to remove the reserve from the remainder of the pairing, the pilot will not be credited for the remainder of the pairing, unquote. This is a complicated and often misunderstood section of the contract. One of the things we'd like you to keep in mind is that it does not matter when scheduling clicks the button or notifies you of a scheduling change. It only matters where the first deviation of your schedule occurs. To help illustrate, let's look at an example of a reserve trip that had multiple schedule changes in the form of reroutes and how the language in 4M6 applies. The trip originally began as a 2-day midway reserve pairing, MP3W. The first reroute occurred on July 12th. It removed the deadhead on flight 1095 Denver to Kansas City and the subsequent flight 1445 Kansas City to Atlanta, and replaced them with flight 1268 Denver to Newark. This first reroute to the original reserve trip triggered DRP for day 1. The final audited trip, flight 1268 from Denver to Newark, will pay premium because it blocked in at 1602, which is later than the originally scheduled block-in of 1502 from flight 1445 on the originally scheduled trip. This is the application of the CBA language, which states, quote, if it is a multiple day pairing and scheduling elects to reassign the reserve, daily reassignment pay will apply to the day of the reassignment, unquote. Consequently, in this case, day 1 is considered the day of the reassignment subject to DRP rules, and day 2, July 13th, will only pay straight time as rescheduled, even though the report time went from 0740 on the original trip to 0415 on the first reassignment. Stay tuned for part 2 later today.